Family, Vendero Jenkins here. Now, I promised myself when talking about leveling up and getting your money on that I wouldn't leave out any segment of the population because I believe that all segments of the population can get your money up. Now, there are some of the brothers who have spent some time in jail for doing some illicit things, and they've served their time and they really, really should be able to move on. But society does not allow you to. It holds you back, says you're a convicted felon. Every time you fill out an application, that is a black mark against you. Well, there is what I call a shadow market that I'd like for people to start looking at. A shadow market is when you are doing your thing, hustling. You may not be paying taxes. You may not be doing some things you on a cash basis, but you got to make your money. If the system won't let you in, you got to make your own system. So I call it a shadow market. When I was in Africa and in the Caribbean and I saw people hustling, there was a word that they were using and I had to look it up. Debrouillard, 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 a debrouillard. That's a person who is skilled at handling difficult situations, adapting to situations, moving up and down. Someone is skilled at getting out of trouble, acting fast, clever, capable of finding solutions, thinking outside the box, using the imagination, clever guy, self reliant. Those types of people are able to still make money despite that conviction. I remember I met a guy who had spent some time in prison, and he had put a little money up. When he got out, he bought a dump truck. Now that dump truck, he was started working with some people where they needed stuff dumped, like at construction sites or in real estate where people have apartments full of furniture. That's where I met him. He would come in and clean out apartments for me and take it to the dump, and I would pay him $500 or $600 for that. And this guy was hustling, and I respected that guy. You got guys who do landscaping. If you got about $4 or $5,000, you can grab some equipment and start your landscaping business. And it's cash basis. People are paying you on cash basis, and you're doing pretty good for yourself. As long as you know how to put lines in there, slanted lines in that lawn, people are gonna pay you. Then there was this guy, I call him the sandwich man. That's how I knew him, as the sandwich man. When I went to the barbershop on Saturday, he would come in and give orders and take orders. And he would come back about 12:30, and then he'd come back around 4:30. And he would have these sandwiches that he was had prepared, and people were purchasing these sandwiches for $10. And he would have a soda and or in Chicago we call it a pop, and chips for $10. And he would sell about 20, 25 of these sandwiches every time he come in. And he would go to several big barbershops with that same mechanism. That guy was probably making about $600 on Saturday and Sunday with the sandwiches. And I just thought that was really, really ingenious, a hustle. And so that's the type of thing that I really, really like. And a friend of mine now, he told me when he got out of jail, his dad gave him grandmama's recipe, all her recipe books. And he took the money he had and he opened up a restaurant, and he uses his grandmama's recipes, and people are really, really coming to get the food off grandmama's recipes. So, um, hey, you got to do what you got to do in the shadow market.